My mom always said, take care of your own backyard before you take care of someone else's.
You did a call out to men. Do you think men today are missing that kind of structure and purpose that you developed?
It's so crazy. This is my first time saying this in a podcast.
I want to touch on The Bachelorette. I know you were there, and a lot of people know you from your time there. I think you could argue you became a fan favorite pretty quickly. Why do you think it was that people connected with you?
I'm going to say it like it's just me and you.
Hi, I'm Steven Schonger, CEO of City Lifestyle. Today, my wife Moriah and I sat down with Mike Johnson, most well known for his time on The Bachelorette, but who also has a rich history of being in the Air Force, and most recently launched a business focused on clean skincare solutions. Welcome, Mike. Thanks for coming to the podcast. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Thank you guys both for having me, Moriah and Steven.
Yeah. So you were in the Air Force.
Yes.
You were on The Bachelorette.
Yes.
You wrote a book. You're a financial advisor.
You're good.
You have your own business. So you got a lot of recognition through probably The Bachelorette nationally, but that's not your full story, obviously. Can you take us back and tell us more about you?
No, thank you. You hit the nail on the head. I'm pretty diverse, I would say. I'll take you back to maybe post high school. Joined the Air Force, best force.
Yeah.
Got to represent.
Yes.
I did 8 years in total, 4 active and 4 in the Guard. In my time in the active duty Air Force, I was like the dorm chief in boot camp. It's like the student TI, the leader of all these grown men. I was 21 and like 40 pounds senior. And we have these older men around me, some younger, some older, and I'm having to like learn how to be a leader in that moment and get these men to do certain things that we're not supposed to be able to do and not get in trouble for everything that everyone does. So that is a pivotal pillar in who I am as a person. In the military, I was same thing as I do outside the military. I was gung-ho. Yeah. I was volunteering everywhere. Raised my hand to do any and everything. Was the president of our 1 through E6 club as an E1. I put on something called Lodges Has Talent. It was a derivative off of America's Got Talent when I was stationed in Lodges Air Force Base in Portugal. We had more than 50% of the people at the base at this function. It was pretty fun. And then I got out and I went to the Guard. And while I was in the Guard, I didn't know what I wanted to do, if I'm being honest with you. I did what most Air Force folks do, or most military do. You become a contractor doing the exact same job you did while you were in the military.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
So I did that. I was 25, and I remember looking at the next guy next to me, he's about 20 years my senior. I want to say he was age maxing.
We just found out what age maxing is. Yeah.
Say that. But saw this guy and no offense to anyone, but I didn't like the lifestyle of what I saw my future could be working at a desk. I mean, I was getting paid great money, but I was falling asleep at work.
Yeah.
And I was like, it's more than money. You got to have fulfillment. And so I went to a job fair, and a guy stopped me, and he said, "You know why I stopped you?" I said, "No, sir." He was like, "Because you have a suit on. You look the part." I'm like, "Well, shouldn't you wear a suit to a job fair?"
Yeah.
And he was a financial advisor. Long story short, I became an advisor with Northwestern Mutual. Did pretty good there.
Yeah. Was
lauded by the CEO of the company at the time. And then I wanted love.
Yeah.
And my boss at the time said he was going to fire me if I didn't take the opportunity that was presented to me, which was The Bachelorette. And so after lots of deliberation, matter of fact, the show had to call me a few times because I wasn't doing what they needed me to do because I didn't think they wanted me to be on. So I was like, well, why would I even do this? And long story short, I went on. Life changed in multiple ways, good and bad. Post-show, I felt like all the attention it's not normal.
Yeah.
I felt that the kindness people were showing was a bit fake because they wanted to be a part of something that isn't who I am individually, but a part of what they saw on TV. And so I moved to Mexico for about 8 months. Yeah, I wanted to learn Spanish. And
to get away too? Or?
Yeah, it was the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
I'd always wanted to learn a different language.
Yeah.
And it was just an opportunity to that was the moment to get away from everybody and everything and the noise. Mm-hmm. But then when people know you're in Mexico, it's like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Can I just...
All of a sudden people start popping up.
Yeah, can I just be?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So much admiration goes to all those folks that, what Lady Gaga said best, fame is prison. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I don't think it's normal.
Yeah.
And so I had to get away. But then I came back. And then I traveled again. I lived in Costa Rica for about a few months, about 3-4 months. And I had a huge situation that took place on my skin to where I had to come back immediately and see a dermatologist who said, you need to see an allergist. Long story short, I'm allergic to 79 out of 83 allergens tested.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
So I was like, okay, I should just be in a bubble.
Yeah.
And I started doing what most humans do in 2023. You Google, hey, what the heck is wrong with me?
Yeah.
And found that goat milk has been long revered as a sacred balm for people with dry and sensitive skin. Do more research, find that we don't have necessarily a standard of what that should look like. Mm-hmm. And so I went down that path.
Yeah. Wow.
It's amazing. Wow.
What a story.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I try to say it as quick as I could.
No, it's good. It was great. I know for me, like personally, up to now, something that has shaped me a lot in my life has been my faith. What would you say for you, even leading up to your time in the Air Force, was something that you had as a kid that really shaped who you are, or at least foundationally gave you that stability for who you are today?
So this past Easter weekend, I was in Dallas with my mom, and she asked me a similar question.
Okay.
And for me, it's just, I'll tell you exactly what I told her. Too many people have prayed for me. Too many people have just blessed upon me. And so for me, in order to give back, I must be the best version of myself. I asked her in return, and I want to ask you, of all the people that you've prayed over, that you personally know, how many of them do you feel put the work in? Because I always tell my mom and my grandma, you know, we get down on our knees and pray, but then we got to get up and do the walking. And for her, she said less than 10% probably, you know, do the walking. And so for me, it's just to be sitting here with you guys. That's like a blessing, right? You know, I've lost a lot of people. We talk often. And so it's like, I have to do my part as well. And that's how I respond to that.
I love that. Yeah, I always say, and I teach my girls this too, that, I mean, the Bible even talks about how, like, God cares for the sparrow, and he cares for the birds of the air and the flowers of the field. But he also isn't just dropping worms in the bird's nest, right? So you have to put the work in. We talk a lot about working hard. It's just a character trait. You know, we're Shongerts. We work hard. That's just what we do.
I like that.
And yeah, that's been a big piece. So thank you for sharing that.
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I always used to look up in the sky and look at all the airplanes going by. And now my fourth born, they all kind of do that, but my fourth born really does. Every time a plane goes by, she's looking at it. And so I've been that way my whole life. I'm surprised I haven't got my pilot's license yet. I've done it. I've tried it a couple times. I've done like the introductory lesson and all that, but then for some reason it takes me away. And now all my friends are getting pilot's license. It's like, what am I doing?
We do have friends. Yeah, we have several friends that have their pilot's license.
But so when I went to high school, I had two things I wanted to do. I wanted to be an FBI agent, probably because some movie, like something happened or whatever. But then I wanted to be a fighter pilot, and I wanted to go to the Air Force. Wasn't smart enough for probably either one. So I went down another path. But what was the desire for the Air Force? And thank you for your service, by the way.
I appreciate that. I got to piggyback off of that right quick. I also wanted to be two things growing up. One was an FBI agent.
Oh, really?
That's awesome.
I was an FBI agent, seriously.
That's why you're interrogating me.
That just comes with the job. The other was an actor, and then I go on TV in another way. Wait, repeat the question.
So what led you to go into the Air Force?
Air Force.
So immediately after high school, I was in community college. And my best friend to this day and I had an apartment together. And I vividly remember this. It came down to paying for tuition or paying for rent. And for me, I still have the same philosophy as it pertains to this. I don't want to further my education and go more in debt. And there's other ways that we could do it. But at the time, that was what my brain was thinking. I refused to go into debt to further my education. And I also know that there was the Tigley. It was something in me that was saying I'm not living up to my full potential. I'm being a follower right now. I strongly felt that I was being a follower. And for me, I remember asking my uncle, I was like, hey, these are my options. My options were, I think I gave 4, but it was in a weird order. Full-time massage therapist. I don't know. At the time, I was like, massage therapy sounds pretty cool.
Let's do that.
Part-time massage therapy and part-time military, full-time military, and another variation of that. And my uncle said, well, what's going to make you become an adult the fastest? I said, obviously the military. That was all she wrote.
That was it.
That was really it.
That's awesome.
Wise man.
Yeah. And then my dad is military. I have lots of family members that are military as well. I'm the only Air Force.
Yeah.
Okay.
That made it through all the way.
Yep.
So you had to go your own way.
Yep.
Yes. My sister, she's an Army officer.
Okay.
My younger sister, she had to outrank her big brother.
Yeah. I love it.
So you obviously are super disciplined. You don't get disciplined. You're not disciplined if you're going to do all of those things. I mean, it's amazing how many different things you've done. So did the Air Force teach you that, and like discipline and responsibility? Did you have that beforehand?
Not on the same level.
Yeah.
Not on the same level. My mom always said, take care of your own backyard before you take care of someone else's.
Yeah.
That was directly from wanting to make money cutting grass.
Yeah.
And she was like, well, take care of your own backyard first.
Yeah. So wise mom.
But I always keep that with me.
Yep.
Air Force definitely, though, taught me culture. I would say that first and foremost, that I think where I grew up and where we all grew up, if we only stay there, that's all we know. And the Air Force broadened my thought process so much. I think that's the biggest aspect that it taught me in regards to how I want to live my life and how I want to lead. You learn so many different perspectives. I think that we're so caught up in our own perception. And so when you get to understand different people's perspective, it aids you in so many different ways. And so that's what the Air Force taught me first and foremost, I would say. And then definitely a big thing, the Air Force and my mom, volunteerism.
Yeah.
We're graded on how much we volunteer. And I like to be good.
Yeah.
It's like a little thing. I love the little carrot.
Yeah.
So, as annoying as it is, I love it. I got to be honest.
Yeah.
Yep.
And so I was like, okay, I'm gonna hit all the things that we got to do.
Yeah.
I'm a mentor of Big Brothers Big Sisters. Been doing that for about 11
That's
years.
awesome.
Post-military, so I'm
Yeah.
still doing my volunteer work. I think that we all should. Shout out to Big Brothers Big Sisters. We need more men because women are so kind.
Yeah.
We need more guys in that.
Yeah.
But the Air Force really did taught me culture. But I would say the other really big thing in terms of leadership was when I became a financial advisor. Well, less leadership and more of mindset. I came into, after military, I was 25 and I became a financial advisor. I had tattoos. I didn't have a college degree. I didn't know no one in the area. I was in San Antonio at the time. And I had a chip on my shoulder because I wanted to be number one, a little carrot dangling. And that, when I became all the things I said I was, I went up to the CEO, first 2 months there, I told him what I was going to do, and I did it. And that is the moment I felt that between God, the universe, and the form that you're in, any and everything is possible. And those two things, culture, perception, perspective, and between God, yourself, and the universe, it can happen. I've kept that ever since.
Yeah. You did a call out to men, and I agree, more men need to get involved. I think a lot of men sit on the sidelines a lot. Do you think men today are missing that kind of structure and purpose that you developed? I mean, obviously you developed it younger. Military took you to another level. Financial advisor took you to another level, and you keep going. But do you think men are missing that kind of structure today? That kind of for purpose, for discipline, responsibility?
I think today, as it pertains to men, I think that it's easier to be a victim, to make excuses,
Mm-hmm.
and I think we need more brotherhood.
Mm-hmm.
I mean that with every ounce of my word. I think that women have a wonderful tribe of women. You know, there's a lady on my team. I'm not going to say her name. I found her through another lady because on Facebook there's like groups for women to like when you need stuff.
It's true.
I didn't know that at all.
Uh-huh.
I didn't know that
True.
at all. Like 0% did I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's just a small example of womanhood
Mm-hmm.
that I think some ladies have. And I don't see that within malehood at all. I think that oftentimes, this morning, if I'm being transparent, I had a 45-minute call with one of my male friends just around, you know, brotherhood and just, hey, we're there for each other. You know, if and when you need somebody. Mike, he was telling me, Mike, you go on stages or podcasts with wonderful people and yet still I'm human. I still feel very much I feel.
Yeah.
And so on one side, I think men have this facade.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're not authentically living that facade or you're not seeing that in the mirror yourself, where do you go then?
Right.
And so I think the way I answer that is brotherhood. I think that we need to be there for each other more. I think we can learn from the ladies.
Yeah.
It's a good answer. We lived in Arizona for almost 9 years, and he'll say this too. I'm the reason we moved back to Kansas City. For community, though. I mean,
winter
it's true.
or no weather.
I was like, I don't care about the weather. I don't care about being cold. I don't care about snow and ice. But community is so important to me. Sure. I grew up that way, but that's something that I've even seen just in our relationship. Like, oh, it's just different. I need my community in a way that is different for him. But I think that's a really good answer about brotherhood.
That's what I love about. I got into CrossFit, and I'm really competitive. You know, what guy isn't really? But I mean, it's like super competitive, and but in CrossFit, there's like a different mindset. Like you're really competitive, but you're cheering everyone on, and then there's a community within that
special,
culture.
Yeah.
It's amazing
Very much
what happens there. So yeah, I mean, if we could recreate CrossFit into all of these different communities of men and get them more involved, it'd be awesome.
I agree completely.
No.
Yeah.
That's the next business. There you go.
Oh, no, I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have CrossFit. I think where I'm at here right now is going to be my legacy.
Yeah, I love it. Just to pivot real quick, and we don't have to stay here real long, but I want to touch on The Bachelorette just for a minute. I know you were there, and a lot of people know you from your time there. And I think you could argue you became a fan favorite pretty quickly. Why do you think it was that people connected with you?
I think the strongest energetic field is authenticity. And I had never watched the show before.
Yep.
I had no idea what was going to happen. I did not know how big the show was.
Yep.
At all.
Yep.
Definitely know now.
Yep.
And I was just me. When I say that, it was the performative side of me. But see, that's the authenticity right there.
Yeah.
And so I was.
So I was going to say, were you able to be yourself? Do you feel like the show represented you well? Like what was shown versus what you were there, like how you were acting when you were there? Yeah.
I think I got a good edit, if I'm being honest.
Okay.
And what I mean by that is, I think we filmed 96 hours for a 120-minute slot. And I always tell people, if you curse like a sailor, they're going to show you cursing because that's all that they have of you cursing. You might do other things in life, but if every third word is a curse word, they're going to show that. Unfortunately. And so that's just how I take it. 96 hours of film for a 120-minute episode. And a lot of the things I did is just how I am.
I love that. What would you say you learned about relationships in general through that experience?
I would say I learned human behavior.
Okay.
More so than relationships. I learned more so how humans are. It's I think when people get money, they go from a average physique or below average physique to a really nice physique, or they come into fame. I think those three things are fire to the fuel of who you are. And if you're a good person, it'll show. If you're a bad person, it'll show. Yeah. And so I think human behavior, I definitely learned big time. I think that I also learned when in a relationship, I need to be overly making sure that my lady feels comfortable and know that she's the only one and the one that I want. I think that being on TV, people have this parasocial relationship with you and they assume this thing about you. When in all actuality, I think that different circumstances brings out different parts of us. Yeah. And I was on TV trying to find love with a young lady who, shout out, she's married now. Yeah. It makes me smile. But that's the side of you get when, you know, I'm trying to find my boo thing.
Yeah. What was the most surprising thing, would you say, about that environment?
That's a good question. I don't think I've been asked that question.
Well,
look at you.
Today's the day.
What's the most surprising thing that I learned about that environment? On the funny side or cheeky side, you have to make out with somebody in front of a room full of 150 people.
Yep, that's awkward.
Very much so.
It's awkward. Yep.
And then watch another dude walk in. Very awkward. Another thing would be, that's a great question. I think I learned that I think there's front-facing psychology and back-facing psychology. And I got to see that in real time before I knew what those words meant. Yeah. And I think that oftentimes people are performative because just like I'm wearing this shirt right now, it's a part of subconsciously how I want people to view me. You know, and I think
Makes
that
sense.
Going on TV, you get to really understand more nuances of how people think. Just on a faster, like incredibly faster pace. Like I bite my nails. That could subconsciously tell you something about me. Yeah. And I picked up those things so fast.
So quickly, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I would say.
Okay, great.
So I've seen every episode of The Bachelorette that's ever been made.
Yeah, okay.
Name one Bachelorette, Steven, please. Please, name one.
All right, I can't.
All right, okay.
I did see... I haven't watched, but I did see a video clip. It's awesome video clip, 7 minutes of you in all these different parts of the season and just highlights from you. And so, in particular, you had some conflict with another guy. Yep. And it was amazing how you handled it. I mean, most guys will not come out and just kind of handle the conflict. They'll either avoid it or they'll go like full force. So what's your mindset when you're handling conflict?
There's a word called agonism, agonism. It's the social theory of the positive aspects of conflict. I didn't know this word at the time, but it's who I am, and now I know the word for it because I personally do think that conflict is a part of life, and we need to understand how to deal with conflict, and I've gotten way better since that show. Yeah. Still growing, though. I think that avoiding conflict is avoiding your growth, period. I think that on that show, the gentleman you're speaking about, big time CrossFitter, wonderful guy, big time CrossFitter. I beat him in arm wrestling, though.
Nice.
Claim to fame.
Nice.
I'll always say
I saw you tackled him on something.
I tackled him.
You guys like,
we were doing rugby that day.
Rugby, yeah.
And we were like, this is what the show does.
Yeah.
You know, like if we're enemies, they're gonna, and he's way bigger than me.
Yeah.
I'm taller, but he's like, you know, way bigger than me. They're gonna make us go against each other.
Yeah.
I gotta represent for those watching.
Right.
Yes.
See, I'm better than this. It
was a legit tackle.
It just
Yeah.
is. Yeah. I just think that conflict, if you care, you got to deal with it. You got to. I know this is a corny analogy, but like the buffalo, when there's a storm, they go right into the storm so they can get through it faster.
Yeah.
Right.
We have a picture of that in our house.
You know it, really?
We do. Yeah. Great big painting of a buffalo in a storm.
The bison term. Yes.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's a good analogy. It's great.
It's so
yeah.
crazy.
It's
We
so
didn't
good.
know that.
Yeah.
So crazy.
It's so good.
Love that for y'all.
Yeah.
I literally do. But that's how I think it should be. Like if you see something, you sense something, you feel something, address it more respectfully than I did on the show, for sure. But if you care, you got to address it. Because I think that, again, our individual perception may be different than someone else's perspective. And I think we get those confused all the time.
Yeah.
And so I definitely love to address conflict. And I continue to get better at it every day.
Yeah.
How I address it. I'm actually, you were talking about CrossFit for community. I made a smirk when you did that because I just joined improv for a form of community, but also to be a better listener and be a better responder in how I speak. And in improv, it's almost like teaching me to see their perspective way more so than my own. And so I think that's great for conflict resolution.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch. Where are you performing?
Not on no TV screen. Just for me, myself, and my growth.
It's so fun to watch that stuff, though.
No, it is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't have that gift to be able to just like do things on the fly like that. Maybe in 1 to 10.
I mean, you're
can be a
witty,
little bit,
but
yeah, it's amazing
it's
talent.
different. Yeah, it is.
So I love Simon Sinek. I watch a lot of his stuff. I don't know if you've watched much of his stuff, but he talks about how guys need like therapists because we just don't handle conflict. We don't know how to talk through things. It's like we either just stuff it down, never talk about it, then just lives there forever, or sweep it on the rug, or just cancel the person out, or tackle them.
Yeah, punch him in the face.
No.
Throw a punch.
No,
that would
like
work.
just punch him or whatever. I mean, whatever it is. Punch it is almost like, we're good now.
It's a
lot
form
of
of
stuff
therapy.
like guys are like, okay, we're good now.
Yeah.
So we don't hold on to a lot of stuff, but there is something where, if a guy if we have a problem with each other, sometimes we just won't even talk about it, and sometimes we just need to a little bit.
Completely agree.
And so, why do you think that is? Why do you think guys can't have that kind of conflict? Why can't we talk things out? You just had a 45-minute call with your friend, so obviously you do it well.
I'm very particular about those that I keep in my circle, though.
Yeah.
Also with that, but I also do jiu-jitsu, so I understand. Sometimes you just got to fight it out.
Yeah.
It just feels good. I'm getting happy now thinking about it.
Just a quick punch in the face is all you need, and you're fine.
I was military. Come on.
Yeah. Steven teaches our girls the art of the throat punch. He's like, just a quick little jab, and then you just move on. And then
when they play soccer,
Steven.
and if somebody's like pushing on you and all that, it's
Yeah,
not
just
like
a quick little,
not just to do it, just if they're
just a
pushing
quick
on
little
you,
jab.
just a little quick,
Yeah.
Instead of punch you in the face, I got to do the little throat punch for the girls.
We have 5 girls, to be fair, so he doesn't have the boy to
get that
teach.
out.
The punches and the wrestling. So a quick little throat punch is where we land sometimes.
I love that compromise.
Compromise. That's right.
I love it. For me, I would agree with that statement completely, though. What you just said, I think that a lot of guys love to be the mountain and let the waves crash upon them and they go about their day. They try to be stoic. I think that stoicism needs a meta conversation to be had. I think that stoicism has a strong place and is needed, but I also think that the inability to be aware of who you are and how you're feeling in the thoughts that you have and not being able to express that is hurtful to those that you care about. Because no one, man or woman, is a mind reader. I do think that clairvoyance is a real thing, but I think that with these devices it becomes harder to be clairvoyant. And so I think that merging the two, being able to be strong and not speak up about certain issues that you may have, but then also knowing, it's just the old saying that we all know, pick your battles.
Yeah.
And I think that some of those times you do need to speak up in a respectful manner. And I think that we all can learn those. I mean, I'm in improv right now, literally, because I want to be better at not hurting other people when I speak or say something. I think that I would love to ask you something if I can. As an 8-time Inc. 5000 person, are you able to? Do people look at you that aren't in your position? Do they feel some type of way at you at times when you give advice?
In what way?
If you have 5 kids, not in business. In business, shall I say? If it's to around financials and how they should be with their finances, do they look at you as, oh, he's already? If I'm talking about people that are not at your level or higher, but people that are financially lower, how do they respond to you?
Sometimes people want, I was when I was starting the business, it was interesting. I would try and glean from all these guys that had been there and done it, and had been and achieved these mountains that I had seen. And it was interesting conversations. I remember, like, over a week's time, I had lunch with 7 different people, like 1 week straight. I had no life at that time, so it was like every day. And somehow they just lined up. It was like 7 in a row. It was amazing. But there's one guy I really gleaned from, Jerry Diddle. So I'm going to call him out. But he had an amazing business he built from scratch. Unbelievable. And I said, what advice would you give me? And he said, everybody looks at me and says, you're successful. I wish I was like you, or I could have been there, or whatever it was. And he said, and I just kind of nod and all that. And he said, what they haven't done is they haven't walked in my shoes. They haven't been there at the beginning when I had nothing. They weren't there at the beginning when I couldn't pay certain bills, or I didn't know if I was going to pay bills, and I had to grind, and I had to keep going, I had to keep going, I had to keep going. And he said, that's what you need to do. That's what you need is perseverance is the difference maker between me and that other person. I'm just more perseverance. I have more perseverance than the other person. It's this difference maker. And so I always remember that. It was always about the perseverance of things. And that's kind of when people talk to me, I say, do you have the perseverance that is going to take you to get to the spot if that's where you want to go? It's like, you just have to know. You have to know what you're getting yourself into. In the Bible, it talks about weigh your costs before you get into something. Don't just jump in. And so know what you're getting into and have the perseverance to go. So.
You were just sharing that just this last weekend with a nephew. I heard you over in the kitchen. And it's a great challenge. I think people really take it to heart instead of just throwing advice out there. It's like, well, I'll tell you, but first and foremost, do you have the drive, the discipline, the responsibility level that it's going to require to get where you want to go? So
it's a great point and question, because I've got a lot of nephews that will come up to me and say, especially, the get-togethers that we have and just had a get-together, and there's several of them that would come up to me and say, well, I'm going to do this, what do you think, and all that. And so we'll just kind of investigate, and I'll pour a lot into them, and I really want to see them be successful as much as they can. But it's like, don't go the same way I went. Go your way. Go the way that you need to go. It's like, you look at this person that's here, no matter, everybody's got another level. And so and you're always looking at somebody else that's at another level. I said, don't envy it. Envy, it will kill you. It will have you chase the wrong things. Chase something that you're passionate about. Make sure you go after that, and something that people need, and then have the perseverance to go after it.
I love that. And I love that addition of, that's so sweet, for the record.
Thanks.
So I overheard him talking to the nephew.
I didn't even know she overheard.
I know, that's what makes it so sweet.
I heard it.
So sweet. I heard, so that someone isn't intimidated, you almost just become curious when they ask a question. I like that. Good feedback.
Yeah.
Tying back into the community aspect that we keep touching on, I know for like me, for like probably most women who care about relationships and friendships and things like that, when I have conflict with one of my friends, or if it comes up, we'll go grab coffee, we'll talk about it for 2 hours, we'll cry a little, laugh a little, hug it out, and then, things usually end pretty well. Guys are obviously not wired that way, But from a practicality standpoint, what would you say is like step one for finding resolution?
Acknowledgement.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Acknowledgement. I don't really have conflict with most of my guy friends, if I'm being honest, because I don't probably have lots of guy friends.
Yeah.
I don't at all.
I guess I don't have a lot of conflict with my friends either, but
Yeah.
if it comes up, I feel like that's the process we typically go through.
I think acknowledgement is the first thing. I mean,
Yeah.
if a person, I just heard this the other day, the one person who can't be beat is someone who is acting ignorant. If I'm just acting and playing dumb, I'm like, oh, Moriah, what? I did what? No. And I'm just not accepting accountability for that.
Yeah.
We can't get to a
Can't go
level
anywhere.
of
Yeah.
we can't get to a level of over crossing that conflict if you're not going to take accountability or take acknowledgement.
Yeah.
Acknowledge that we have. What's the first thing in what was it 12 steps AA is, hey, I am Mike Johnson. I am not someone who is alcoholic, but you know, acknowledgement is the very first step. If we can't establish that baseline.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, we talk a lot with our girls even about kind of the blame shifting. Like, oh, you can't just blame. It's not just her fault. There's two of you involved in this conflict. We have lots of conflict with kids. But, yeah, acknowledgement's a great place to start for everybody.
For everyone.
For everyone. Yeah.
Even if it's as simple as I can acknowledge that I need to learn how you're thinking about this.
Yep. Yeah.
Like,
exactly.
As simple as that.
Yeah. It's good.
Yeah, just questions.
Yeah.
That's good. So now I want to talk about my favorite subject, which we already touched on, is business.
Mine too.
I can't wait to talk. So you started a soap company. You
Yes, sir.
touched on and kind of the history and the background of why. That's unbelievable, that story. So what was your vision beyond that? Was it just because of you needing something for eczema or the skin conditions, or was there a bigger purpose? What was your vision behind it? And what's the name of it too?
Oshun.
Oshun.
Oshun. Oshun. Thank you for asking.
Yeah.
Oshun is a goddess of love, beauty, purity. She's a Yoruba goddess in Nigeria. She always has a mirror with her. And one of the things I just said before I answer your question, I just was at a hotel giving a speech, and I said that Oshun teaches your clients or your guests at the hotel to look at the mirror differently than how often of us, we in America, look at a mirror. Oftentimes in America, we look in a mirror and we see imperfections. We see things we want to fix. We see, I'm 38 now. I don't look the same as 22. You know, I still look decent, but I'm not 22 Mike no more. And so Oshun, she teaches you to look in the mirror and honor the vessel that you're within. And so for me, and on my packaging, it's timeless confidence, first and foremost. I mean, when I was in Costa Rica and I had this huge gaping spot on my leg and my foot, I didn't want to be seen at all. I just didn't. And I'm from being seen on screens to not wanting to be seen at all. And so for me, after I figure out what's going on, after I read the FDA's website, I see that, you know, what we put on labels isn't necessarily true. The word perfume or fragrance could mean a billion different things. And, you know, all these different things we can go down and be nerdy. For me, it was just simple. How do I bring and restore confidence? Right? And so to be honest, my military helped quite a bit in my mindset. I'm not gonna lie, it's the number one thing, if I could be honest with you. It was, I didn't know what the heck I was doing. I was like, okay, I know that there's a hole here in the market for high quality, provenance, integrity products. What do people want though? And so I did a survey, focus group, and they told me effective was number one. I was in the hotel last night. Obviously now I look at every single ingredient.
Right.
Now. When it comes to soaps, well, one, they're not called soaps. If you go to Target, they say beauty bar or body wash. They can't use the word soap because it's not a soap.
It's not soap. Yeah.
It's a Syndex, which is a synthetic detergent. And I'll stop with the nerdiness right there.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's googling.
It's so
Yeah.
true. It's so true. Yeah.
That's the reason of why.
Yeah.
And for me, it was when I did that focus group, okay, what do you want? And people said they wanted something that was effective first and foremost. So if the very first ingredient in most of these body washes is water, I mean, I don't know how as effective it is at cleansing and restoring. And the second one was indulgence, because you want to have a moment to yourself. And then the third was ethical for people and planet. And I think that one is skyrocketing more and more. And so, wait, before I go further, let me make sure I answer your question properly.
Yeah.
Because I'm just going to go down that path.
No, you're passionate. I love
I
it.
love
Just
it.
do it.
Yeah,
Go
I
your
love
way.
I'm very
Go
passionate,
your
so I'm
way.
like, let me make sure I get you right. And so, for me, and talking about competition, I think that the reason I love sports is because I know this is a very rogue way of thinking about it, but I think this is a very honest reality of it. It's a competition because we need to figure out who's number one. And that's why sports are sports. And, we love it. And you could be number one today, but then the very next year, you could be terrible, right? And you do it again. And it's that carrot that we all love. At times, some more than others. I hate that I love the carrot.
Yeah.
It's so annoying.
Why do we? I don't know. It's like it's so good.
Come on, I know. I hate that I love the carrot. And for me, what I did was, after figuring out what the folks wanted and needed, I sought after the best goat, because there's like multiple goat milk soaps out there, but there's different goat breeds out there. And I'm going to save you why we chose the goat that we chose. I'm not going to save you. The reason we chose that goat that we chose was because it has the highest fatty content matter for your skin. And most people don't know that. Most of us don't. I think most of us unintentionally put too much integrity into the people behind these brands that are serving it to us. And what I mean by that is, I'm more so speaking of private equity, because that's their job, is to make money. So that's their job. And I get that. But what I did was, I put 5 goat farmers against each other. I made them compete, because that's all I really know how to do.
Yeah.
And so I made them compete, found the one that was the best one, and then I said, okay, thank you, I love you, I don't like your product, let's make it to where it needs to be at.
Love it.
And it was a lot of work. I found that I needed to have my own manufacturing to get it to exactly where it needed to be, of this integrous level. And I'm learning that process now. All I do is audits all day, every day. And that makes me feel so good.
Yeah.
It makes me feel so good to be able to talk to you and say, hey, you guys have 5 daughters. What goes on their skin, well, 60% of what we put on our skin is absorbed. Not just a chemical or a cosmetic, but the clothing that we have, right? Everything. And so for me, what makes me so happy in business is the integrity behind it, the work behind it, all the things that we're doing. And something that Alex Ramosi says is, when it's at its hardest, keep going, because that's when your competition stops.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
It's true.
And I just keep that in the back of my head. I'm like, I'm in there now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go. you know?
It's like the Mamba mindset. Huh?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And in financing, we used to say, crush the J months. No one's working in the J months: January, June, July.
Yeah.
Crush Fridays. People want to take off on Fridays. When you're outside running and you get to the hill, that's when you run faster. Like those are the things that I love the carrot. I just love the carrot.
That's good. One of my favorite commercials, it was a Cadillac commercial, and I think it was like 10, 12 years ago when the first electric car came out. And I can't remember the actor's name that was in it, but he's talking about how, people in Europe, they vacation for 6 weeks. They take off summers. Why don't we? Because I'm a crazy, hard-working American. That's why.
Yeah.
It's true.
And it is. It's one of those things. It's like, if we can just go that one extra mile, we're going to have the edge on the competition.
It's very true.
I love your packaging, by the way.
Thank
It
you.
was beautiful packaging.
Did you come up with that, or?
It was a team effort.
Yeah.
I only am great because I get to stand on the backs of great people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only thing I can add to it was, I'm a stickler for what I like, you know, and what I don't like. I remember my creative director for it, she's in Australia, she's in Perth. I love her to death. She hated me for a little bit of time there. I think, actually, I'll say it. Most people that work with me don't like me in the beginning because I want the best. And I'm going to push you like a coach. And I remember something she said, Kimberly, it's so crazy. This is my first time saying this on a podcast. I'm going to tell her afterwards. She's a wife and she's a mom. And she said, Mike, you made me feel like I was back in college again, you know, because of how much I was pushing her. Because our first rendition of it was great, but I felt like it was I'm talking bad about this company, but they'll forgive me. I was like, this looks like it belongs in Target. My product doesn't belong in Target.
Yeah.
And I knew that from the very beginning. And I shop at Target, so nothing against Target. But my product doesn't belong in Target. And so I just knew what I had in my head. I knew I knew when I would see it. And, you know, the second revision wasn't there with that third one. That's what we have today.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's awesome. Yeah.
So what's been the hardest? I mean, getting a business off the ground and getting it going has so much work and so much effort into it.
Yeah.
What's been the hardest part? Or parts? I'm sure it's multiple.
Multiple parts, but first and foremost, what I allow to sit in between my ears. That's so difficult every day. You know, obviously good days, bad days, you know, and you just got to continue to, I like to say, program yourself you know, positively. I'm a very positive person. I think that's what helps me. But outside of the personal aspect, which I do think that is the answer, outside of that, I did not know how hard manufacturing was.
Yeah.
Jesus. And like manufacturing into like we demolished American standards the first 3 months, but I'm going for the international standards.
Yeah.
Whole nother thing.
Yeah, because like so many suppliers, which I didn't know at the time, they hide their manufacturers, right? They protect their manufacturers. They don't want you to know that because it's a markup, right? But as a manufacturer, I want to go directly to the source because we have so many audits that we have to do, so many LOIs, so many certificate of analysis that we got to get. I mean, for example, heavy metals that are in your products, you know, all of our products, right? I have to know exactly what that science test says, and they don't want to tell me, and they don't want to give me the manufacturer's information. So I have to have my team scouring the internet, you know, Import Yeti and other places. Like we need to get to the source. Getting to the source is so difficult. It's so difficult.
Yeah. I mean, we would get our formula. Where is it from?
Europe.
Germany. Yeah, from Europe, from Germany, just because of all the stuff. We know it's whatever it says on the container, that's what's in it.
Yeah, in Germany, yes.
In Germany,
Germany,
yes. In
not
Germany,
here.
yes.
In Germany,
yes.
yes.
In Germany, yes.
In Germany, yes.
It's nuts what's inside things and products right now.
Yeah,
so you're very intentional. So you spend a lot of time on.
That's our number one right now, honestly. It's just, I was at a dinner in December with I'm going to call them out in a positive way, Environmental Working Group, EWG. They're the only non-bipartisan group that sits on Capitol Hill that fights for ingredient efficacy. And they asked me directly, flat out, why are you here? And I was like, integrity. When I speak to people, I want to be able to have that authenticity that we spoke about earlier on The Bachelorette and be like, yo, I've done the work. I done blood, sweat, and tears on every single aspect of this, what goes into it. So much so that I own more than one part of the supply chain, completely bootstrapped. And so, and then, I mean, the issue started with myself, right? Like, what's the point of, for me at least, you know, one part of me loves the hustle of business and the grind of it and the game of it. But then there was also the human aspect of I individually was the one who had the issue. And then when I speak to people, one of the people that come to my mind is a husband and wife, and they have a 2-year-old who was dealing with really severe eczema and psoriasis, and it makes me so happy. These are the things why I'm so, what did you say, intentional. Because it's cool to get the glory and all that's cool, but what's really cool is the help that your product was able to bring to someone else, and the confidence. That's where it's at for me.
Yeah, I mean, even for us, our daughter, our third born, she gets these eczema flares. We've done allergy testing. We've done like gut microbiome testing for her, just to see foods, like what could be causing her flare-ups, because they get so bad sometimes, and she'll have to go to school with like bandages on her arms just to keep them. And obviously, I mean, she's 8, so she's probably, if it's going to happen to any of our 5, she's the one that probably cares. She's like, I don't care, it's fine. But I mean, there's a certain element of that is like, she doesn't want to wear bandages to school. And we've tried so many different products on the market for eczema, and I'm so excited about really giving this soap like a try for her, because I think it's going to be amazing for her. And I'm so excited that we've met you and that we've found this, and that it's really hopefully going to be something that is really life-changing for her, and we're so excited. And as a mom, I spend a lot of time and research making sure that we put healthy food in our bodies, but I have not been super diligent about things that we're putting on our skin. Things like sunscreen and things like that, I'm starting to get a little bit more aware of. So from a mom perspective, I so appreciate the integrity and the work that you've done pouring into this to make sure that it is the best thing for me to use on not just myself, but on our kids. So thank you for that. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Are there other products, do you think?
Yes,
beyond
absolutely.
the soap?
There's 2 more coming.
Yeah?
Oh, I'm so excited. Great.
There's 2 more coming that'll round out our ritual.
I love it.
For sure.
That's awesome.
Yeah, there was some detergent that Moriah would use.
I was just about to say that.
Yeah, and she would get so many compliments of how it smelled.
It smelled so good.
Yeah, I mean, I had no idea what she did.
So
I'd get compliments from people. Like, I have no idea what it is, but I think there was something that was making her flare up from that. So
when you were speaking, I was going to say, it's my soap isn't the one I'll be. I'm the first to say it's not God sent, right?
Yeah.
It's the environment. It's what we put in our body, on our body. It's the stress levels that we have.
Right.
We all are affected by stress in different ways. I started biting my nails as a child, probably because I was stressed out one day. Like, it affects us all differently.
Right.
It's all inside, outside, same. We got 2 more products coming. That was a hint.
Yep.
And so, yeah, I mean, it could be so many different aspects of it. But once you start to eliminate these different bad things, it just gives more confidence.
How did you find the certain ingredients? Like, what sort of research did you do to find this certain concoction of ingredients for the soap? Just kind of trial and error? Or did you just kind of learn as you went, or what did you do?
I'm gonna say it like it's just me and you.
Yep.
I think that our dollars are soldiers, and therefore we could be the general and work and research all day, but your dollars can bring soldiers to work while you're not working as well. And so the blessing that I have is my team. We have a chemist on our team, and we have a family. I have a family.
Yeah. Can
I just shout them out right quick? This family, when we opened our manufacturing doors, they're in the Philippines. They prayed over our facility.
Amazing.
And it was just, that alone makes me just want to work harder, because I have an entire mom, dad, 2 sisters, and a son that work at our manufacturing facility. But they had been doing this in their entire family.
Okay.
And the chemists that we have as well. And it's just, honestly, I told them we must be Cosmos Organic. We must be EWG. For me, to answer the quickest way is third-party validators. I go to the ingredients that they ban. In America, I think we have 9 banned ingredients, and EU, it's 1,100.
Yep.
Wow.
Yeah, it's wild. Yeah. Yep.
So take with that what you will.
Yeah.
And so from there, that's a starting point, right?
Yep.
That's a great starting point to jump off of. And our ingredients are not only, and this is another huge part, this is a colossal part that I think most of us we just don't know. We're out of sight, out of mind. It's not only the ingredient. For example, shea butter, right? Or olive oil.
Yep.
Shea butter, most of shea butter comes from India, but India is not the provenance of where shea butter comes from. And shea butter comes from Nigeria, Ghana, and Botswana, those areas. That's where it comes from originally. But most companies use shea butter from India because it's cheaper and because it looks better. It's apparently looks better. I'll say it that way, because it's lighter, it's white, and shea butter originally, Providence shea butter has a bit of a yellow tint to it. Yep. And so, I mean, so many things, like so many things. The color of something, it might be the same ingredient, but it comes from a place to where it doesn't have the highest purity. So that's something to think about as well. Like the purity of something. Where does it come from? I'm all about transparency is cool. I think that transparency is becoming easy to lie around, but traceability is where it's at for me. Yeah. To the source, like to the ultimate source. Like on the boxes that you have, there's a batch number on there. That batch number goes back to the actual day that it was created, and from there, my team and I could, if I had my laptop, I could pull up the Excel sheet that would show you every single thing from every single supplier, the day it was created, where it came from, and those are the aspects to. In short, Cosmos Organic, EWG, and a few other third-party validators will give you a great starting point, and then from there, it's about traceability and the provenance of those ingredients. Because when we see shea butter, for example, or when we see olive oil, like our olive oil comes from Tuscany, Italy, to where it only is made like 4 months out of the year. Yeah. And so that olive oil is different than another olive oil that isn't nearly as potent. And I'll stop there because I get too nerdy about it.
I love it. Stuff. It's amazing. Yeah, it's great.
I get so nerdy.
So is the plan to get your product into Europe, or is it there now?
It's not there now. We're able to go into over 88 countries as of today. But I want to take over the Texas market first. Mom said start in your own backyard.
Yep.
In Texas. So take over my Texas first, and then the U.S., and we'll go to select markets after that.
From there.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Is there an end goal, or just kind of just help as many people as possible?
The end goal, honestly, would be to be annoyed at my wife and kids and get to sit back and enjoy the blessings of it. Yeah. That's the end goal. Yeah. And to hire a CEO one day and to be on the board of my own company. Yeah. And yeah.
That's awesome.
So if you could go back and tell your younger self something, what would it be?
Good question. I wasn't expecting that one. If I can go back and tell my younger self something, what would it be? No matter how someone may hurt you, no matter how you may have gotten trampled over, no matter if you're in last place, God created you for a reason. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And if you choose love, if you choose positivity, you may be weird to some, but loved by all. Yeah, that's what I would say.
That's good.
That's really good.
That's really good.
Good job on the fly. That was great.
That's amazing.
It was.
So many people need so much more love nowadays.
Yeah.
As you see it so much more seldom. It's I'll love you as long as you believe this. Correct. Or I'll love you with conditions. There's not the asterisk, but that's what's coming.
That's what's coming across. I think that our culture, I use that term, is numb to a lot of things. I agree. Numb. That's the word I say. Yeah. Numb. And so you gotta love. Yeah. They might look at you like you weird, but they're gonna think about you one day. Like, man. Yeah. Yep. Moriah made me feel great.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I say.
Yeah, and I mean, love is tested when there's conflict. There's things that happen. There's somebody is being unloving. you know, whatever it is, that's when it's really tested.
Exactly. It definitely is tested in those moments for sure.
Yeah. Well, you're the real deal. That's for sure. So I have a last question. I like to always ask this one. So we've learned a lot about you. There's a lot of stuff online about you, all that. So what are 3 things we don't know about you?
I'm getting into poetry.
Oh, wow.
I believe that I would tell my younger self something. This would be it as well.
Yeah.
Personally, I think that the number one in your toolbox is to know how to effectively use words.
Mm.
I think that words are spells. And I think that when we choose words in the right frameworks, we are understood more and we're seen, which is all we want anyway, is to be seen.
Yeah.
And so I'm learning
Yeah.
poetry, or I'm starting to get into poetry. Just got my first couple of poetry books, just read up on that, and also be more holistic in my left-right brain.
Mm-hmm.
I started jiu-jitsu. Love that.
How many people in jiu-jitsu are learning poetry as well? And
I know, right?
amazing.
Yeah, I just thought about that.
That is amazing how
It is.
well-rounded you are. It's like your whole life.
said it,
Yeah,
That's
that's
awesome.
amazing.
Yeah, never put two and two together.
Yeah.
Yeah. How are you liking jiu-jitsu?
I love it.
Yeah.
I when I have children, you might not like to hear this. They're going to do some type of combat
I
sport.
love it. Yeah, I love it.
They're doing combat sport.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love jiu-jitsu. I think it's there's community there. I've hung out with a couple of the guys afterwards. You know, they get to use my soap because if not, you're gonna get staph.
Yep. True.
Just saying, need my soap. But then you get to it's so cerebral. I've done other fighting techniques, but jiu-jitsu is so cerebral. Like I do it with my eyes closed. Not like to say I'm good, but you could feel it more. And thirdly, outside of improv, because I said that one earlier, but that would be it. I would say that no one knows. People know a lot about me. I would say I'm looking at land up north because my financial brain is thinking about the great thirst that's going to happen in about 12 to 15 years.
Amazing.
Yeah, no, you'd have never thought that one.
Yeah,
No.
I've never thought that one.
The Great Thirst.
Yeah, you'll have to Google it later.
All right. It'll keep
We will.
everybody hanging. Now everybody's
Yeah.
going to be Googling
The great,
that.
Google the Great Thirst.
The Great
All right,
Thirst.
cool.
Okay.
Well, thank you very much for being on, Mike. This has
Thanks,
been a
Mike.
joy for sure. You are the real deal.
I'm
This
very
is
much so
awesome.
honored. Thank
Yeah.
you guys both.
So where can people learn more about you and find your soap?
GoatMilkSoap.com, baby.
Yeah.
GoatMilkSoap.com. That's actually how I knew it was Godsend when the domain was available.
Yeah,
But
it's
yeah,
awesome.
GoatMilkSoap.com or BBBS.org, BigBrothersBigSisters.org.
Great. Awesome.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you,
Thanks a
Mike.
lot, Mike.
Thank you guys.
All right.
City Lifestyle is a local luxury media brand with a presence in over 250 locations nationwide, reaching nearly 6 million people across print and digital. Each location is independently owned and dedicated to celebrating the people, businesses, and stories that define its community. City Lifestyle connects businesses with their local affluent audience, delivering real results. If you've ever dreamed of owning your own business and achieving financial and personal freedom, City Lifestyle has over 1,000 open franchise markets across all 50 states. Visit citylifestyle.com to learn more.